You are listening to a podcast of the Geek.io Media Network. For all of our shows and more, visit geek-io.net. And to help support the network, head over to patreon.com/geek.io.
Hello, gentle listener. While Geek.io holds its talent to the highest standards, what follows will likely involve the sort of language usually reserved for sailors on leave. If you're of a delicate disposition, then perhaps you would consider a different podcast.
Now for a lesson.
Konbanwa, Anime Otaku Show yokoso. Good evening. Welcome to the Anime Otaku Show.
You may have heard these words before, but I'll teach you what they really mean.
Remember, we will be discussing all episodes up to the ones we talk about tonight. Anata go Sakura o Kinishi Nanara Soyo. If you don't mind spoilers, welcome.
Go beyond! Plus!
Yes, indeed. Hello, friends, and welcome to the Anime Otaku Show. Really trying not to say small screen spoiler show. This is episode number 6. I, of course, am your host, CJ. I hate and joining. Wait, what? I hate CJ. I hate.
And
somebody removed my notes.
I didn't do anything.
I know what it was. CJ. I hate the way that I taste, boat. And joining me into the magical world of anime are Justin, or you know what, Josh, the taste of danger, McGrath.
I mean, we're pretty similar, so.
You are. Carrie, don't get me started on this heinous uniform, Wilcox.
I love that you gave me that quote.
She said that, and then I saw her uniform, like, no, that is exactly what Carrie would say. And Raul Boku no Darling Garza.
Hello.
So I want to just point out real quick that Chris Sabat is a gem. Is an absolute gem. And not just because he makes an amazing All Might. The superior, in my opinion, of the two of them, strictly because I listened to him first, so I kind of have a bias on that one. But also, I want you to listen to his Grandpa Piccolo.
I trust you can handle the baby food, Chi-Chi.
I've got 2 boys, thank you very much. I'll be fine. I'll see what they've got and throw something together.
Pan likes hotcakes made with tuna and tofu leftovers. Finally chopped carrots, onions, spinach, and broccoli, and definitely no celery because she hates celery, got it?
Yes, sir.
She's a fast crawler and likes to explore, so keep an eye on her at all times. She likes her fish book, and when you make her bunny go hop hop.
Wow.
Piccolo confirmed best dad, mom, and grandparents.
You know what he reminds me of too is like kind of like what's it? Patrick Warburton playing a grizzled military officer, except he's saying all this ridiculous stuff.
Yes. That was just amazing. And
Glorious.
I don't watch a lot of the
you
dub.
make her bunny go hop hop.
I don't watch a lot of the dub because I mean I watch it enough on this, and I got yelled at by AJ, my son, because we went back and tried watching the dub because I didn't think he enjoyed the Japanese, the subs, and he goes, "Daddy, we've already watched this episode." I'm like, okay, jeez.
Wow. Actually, the most jarring thing about watching the original, the subs, is getting used to Goku's voice.
I hate Goku's voice. I know it's historical at this point.
I know I actually gotten used to it because it is so high pitched.
It is. I still don't like it. Like I deal with it, but I don't like Grandma Goku. It'll be real weird when Bulma comes back around with the new voice actress. That makes me sad because I actually like the way that she was bringing the Bulma character in Super, and it's a tragedy that she passed so soon. Hey, Josh.
Yes, CJ.
What are we talking about tonight, other than making bunnies go hop hop?
Well, start of a new season technically.
Yeah, it
so
is.
we've got some new shows coming up. Saying goodbye to some things that we will miss and some things that we will not miss in the least. Look at you, Junie Tyson. So for the next however many episodes this winds up mathing out into, we'll be digging into the record of Grancrest War, same director, writer as Record of Lodos War, which is some old school anime fantasy hotness.
Yeah, it is. I got my first anime VHS from Blockbuster, and it was like Record of Lodos War.
CJ, stop being me for a second, damn it.
I remember reading about it in the gigantic Bible-thick Right Stuff catalog and always wanting the DVDs, and I could never get them.
Holy crap! I need to watch this anime.
It is old school, and it's fantastic.
Speaking of old school, we've also started up Cardcaptor Sakura, the clear card arc, because it's shoujo bullshit.
Yeah, it is.
We are still talking about the one, the only, the spectacular Ancient Magus Bride, because the anime gods decided to gift us with a 26-episode season.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Oh.
And my personal hype pick for the season, we dig it into some more hotness trigger mecha action with Darling in the FRANXX.
The only reason we're talking about Record of Grancrest War, by the way, is because my hype pick for the season is put on Netflix, and they're deciding to hold all of it until the season is completed, and then I'll release it all in subs and dubs at once. Thanks for doing that for Seven Deadly Sins, Netflix. I appreciate it.
Sad.
That actually made me angry. Like, I was so mad about that.
Especially when simulcast is the future of anime. You're just asking
doing it for other anime.
They're just asking for people to pirate it.
They are. And like if I did not want to be like a fully, legitimate podcast, I don't like pirating things. And I'm not going to ask everybody to do so. I mean, I still have it and I refuse to. It's strictly on purpose because I actually want to support what the official release is. So it's irritating. And I had to unsubscribe from 3 Reddits and 2 Facebook groups because of it.
Wow.
Damn.
Because they're all pirating it and talking about it.
Yep. And even though I'm way past it on the manga, it's irritating. Because they're posting GIFs and stuff like that, and just stop.
Yeah, I'm at the point now where if something is not available and not licensed in America, I'll go ahead and grab it off the internet. But if it's available legally in the United States,
yeah, exactly. Support the official release.
So the whole thing with Seven Deadly Sins, no one simulcasting it, no one.
Well, it's because Netflix owns the exclusive rights for rebroadcast in the United States, and they, instead of doing what they're doing with another anime, is they're holding it. And it's because the dub on Netflix has gotten such higher numbers than the sub, and they don't have the production budget not production budget, really manpower, or I'm guessing voice actor power to do what like Funimation does. So they're just holding it until the end and just releasing it in one Netflix level dump. Oh yeah, and by the way, those listening live, go ahead and use that @ title to add some new things to geekio.showbot.tv. And if you feel so inclined, we have a Discord. Go over to geek-io.net/Discord to join us there. But before we get into show discussion proper, for those who are listening on VOD or podcast, we'll be right back after some words from our sponsors. So, since we only have one episode of Darling in the FRANXX to begin with, let's begin with that.
Yay!
So the reason why Josh and I are so excited about this, besides the fact just giant robots, which, I mean, let's face it, Josh and I is all in on that one. This is from a little studio called Trigger. Those who may not know that, as in probably Dale, who will ask in a couple seconds what that is, it is from some of the biggest anime that has been around for a long time. Kill la Kill, which is a fantastic show about a girl in a alien outfit that grows on nakedness. I never saw When Supernatural Battles Become Commonplace, but that sounds fun. Kisniver, which is probably one of my favorite anime ever created.
That was a damn good one.
Phenomenal.
If
It's the one with like the the mental powered kids and the weirdness.
If this is the one that did Kill la Kill, doesn't that mean they also did Gurren Lagann?
Yes.
No.
Yes, they did.
Gurren Lagann was the male coming of age story. Kill la Kill was the female coming of age story. Kisniver is sort of like a group thing. It's very philosophical in the best way possible.
Kisniver is
Gurren Lagann is not on their Gurren Lagann is not on their Wikipedia.
I think were they still Gainax when they did?
They must have been, because Kill la Kill is their first, and I'm doing a little bit more research on this. That is their first series as Trigger.
Yeah, because the thing with Trigger is comprised of some of the best from Gainax / Production IG. So these guys go all the way back to Fulikuli, actually.
I was actually just about to say that. Didn't they also do Furikuri?
They also did Little Witch Academia, which is a fantastic show. Like, really, really great. Like, my daughter has watched that entire series 3 or 4 times by now, both subbed and dubbed. She discovered she could switch the languages on Netflix, and she's literally with 1 episode in dub, 1 episode in sub, 1 episode in dub, 1 episode in sub.
That's adorable.
And this, another reason why this was a big one, they're partnering with a itty bitty little small animation studio in Japan called A1, which is responsible for pretty much any anime you've ever liked. Fairy Tail, Black Butler, Blue Exorcist, Idol Master if you're into that kind of thing, Sword Art Online.
Let's just say they have their finger in a lot of pies.
Yes. Persona 4
most of those pies were delicious.
Yes. 7 Deadly Sins. So yeah, they are all over the place, and like I said, they are pretty much responsible for any anime that you have ever liked. Blend S, Record of Grancrest War,
which we'll be talking about soon.
Basically, they are the production company. They're like the publisher as opposed to the people who actually design it.
Yeah, that's all Trigger, because you don't bring Trigger on and not let them do their thing.
Yeah, it is very obviously them too. Like, I just actually rewatched Kisniver mid last year just because I loved it so much. And yeah, like just that animation, you do not let them just not do that. I mean, that's like, I don't know.
All right.
But all right, so Darling in the FRANXX. Hey Josh, what's this show about? Since you're the hype man.
Being the hype man and having watched so much of Trigger stuff and mecha anime in general, even from the first episode, this looks like it's going to be a damn interesting series, because there are very prominent and strong tones, both on the surface level and even in small design choices like the students' uniforms, that this is going to be a story about male and female gender roles and pairing.
Yeah, I can see that.
And what relationships mean, and like I think like they're kind of telling a broader overarching story here with their stuff, it looks like, because you had Gurren Lagann being the boys' coming of age story, you have Kill la Kill being the girls' coming of age story, you have Kisniver being about the power of friendship, basically, and the bonds between people platonically. And if you go way back into their records, you've got Fulikuli with being a story about puberty, basically.
Yeah.
So I'm fairly positive that with Darling in the FRANXX, they're going to be exploring actual like romantic relationships.
Yeah, sexuality. That's definitely kind of what they're really. What I noticed it too, like the way that the males and females are positioned in the mechs and the relationship that they all have to forge.
The actual uniforms.
Yeah.
The boys have red X's and the girls have inverted Y's.
Other way around.
Yeah, right. You're sorry. I'm very tired. I've been at work since 8:30 this morning.
And just the great thing about Trigger is that they're so over the top and so in everything except Kisniver completely ridiculous.
Yeah, Kisniver, like if you went into that expecting the weirdness that you got in Kill la Kill, boy.
But everything is so metaphorical and meaningful. Like for the longest time I refused to watch Kill la Kill because I thought it was just another fan service show until I read a breakdown of the series that explained what everything in it actually means, and it's like, oh no, this is actually really good. Sorry, back to you, Josh. I just got excited.
It's great. I mean, getting excited about things is why we're here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in traditional Trigger fashion, we have what appears to be a story about, at the very least from the get-go, male-female relationships through giant robots.
Yeah, they went the Pacific Rim route.
Yes.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Pilots.
These mechs that they're using, the FRANXX, need 2 pilots, male and female duo. I haven't quite yet been able to decipher why exactly they refer to the pilots as parasites, but
yeah, it's a little weird.
Yeah, and like they had they're talking about negative energy and positive.
Well, I mean, light and dark, male and female, yin and yang,
hormones,
negative, positive.
Yeah,
that all so far makes sense. And then we find out that they have all of these kind of hub civilizations, cities in bottles, basically,
akin to say Judge Dredd. Using American literature for a point for a primarily American audience.
So things don't look exactly positive. And then you have these things that are apparently called klaxosaurs.
Yes! Robot dinosaurs!
Robot dinosaurs that shoot laser beams from their mouths.
Yes!
And those designs are so fucking cool.
Oh my god, yes. The art on them is amazing. The detail that's on them. The animation is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's the first episode, so you don't want to put too bad of an animation in there.
Well, yeah, I just hope that, I mean, that's true. That's pretty traditional in anime, is the first 2 episodes are always like number 1. That's your best people. Traditionally, that's when, and then like we got with Juni Tyson and them, where at that point it starts to plummet very quickly until the last couple of episodes.
Yeah, but this is Gainax. These are the people responsible for Neon Genesis Evangelion, all of the best fight sequences from OG Naruto.
Yeah. No, they're usually like, you never really got that kind of thing, even in more recent stuff with like Kill la Kill. Like, and they went 2 seasons with that one. So they had, and it was all mostly really good animation quality.
Yeah, and the transformation that they had.
The weird ass Kill la Kill level transformation, yeah.
Yes.
The robot just becomes anthropomorphic because fuck you. That's why.
Right? I'm like, okay. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of, oh my god, which Gundam was it in G Fighter? The female.
Nobel Gundam.
Which one?
Nobel.
No, it wasn't Nobel.
I mean, it's obviously harkening back to Kyoko's outfit, because I mean, it's a straight up like rip from that.
Was it Norway Gundam? Blonde hair.
Yeah, that's Nobel Gundam.
Oh, okay.
The one that looks like Sailor Moon.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm not going to argue with the robot guy.
Yeah, do not argue with Josh on this one. You will lose, and I will laugh at you.
Yeah. At first, I thought it was just going to be, it's going to be a fan servicey anime, but I've got to give it a few more episodes.
It kind of is, but only in the particular fan service that it is, like the fans that align with this, like myself and Josh.
Yeah. I did notice a little thing. I don't know if you caught it, like the whole, I don't want to call it an overtone, that's like the kids are just meant to pilot these robots.
Yeah, that is their purpose in life. These were kids pulled from an orphanage, apparently.
Yeah, and Hiro was going to go back to it, but Yeah, in traditional fashion, things don't end well. And they kind of pointed that out. Like, yeah, nobody goes back to the orphanage. I wonder why. Giant robot dinosaur.
Yeah. And if you notice, the leaders were holograms.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but you didn't even get to see their faces. Like the main officiary that was conducting the ceremony, he had like a straight up like Sun Wukong monkey mask on.
Yeah.
So it's almost like the adults don't matter in the show. And it's not even just a point at it. It's not even just a shot at it. It's like, but it's just, it is like a thing. Like, these are not people that they're important, but not the people that you should be focusing on.
Yeah. I mean, you even have the pervy doctor.
Yeah. You have the Master Roshi.
Yeah.
Of course you do.
The Mecha Master Roshi, excuse me.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
This man is half machine at this point.
Yeah, he is.
And the
I am 300% okay with that.
So there's like so much more that we need, but we only got one episode because it came out Saturday?
Friday.
Friday? Oh, we got a Friday anime this time.
And, well, the thing is, it was only the first episode, but it already gave us a lot to think about of what it's going to be going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because we have the fact that the entire point of these kids is to pilot these machines in duos, male-female.
And they have to have some kind of power behind it.
We have the fact that these kids are not given names. They are assigned serial numbers.
Yes.
So they're that disposable, despite this quote-unquote, huge honorable position of being one of these FRANXX pilots. To the fact these kids give each other names. We have the fact that God, I can't believe I'm blanking on her name already, but pink-haired.
02.
02.
No, that's not
Right,
02.
because she doesn't have an actual name yet.
No, her name, she says everybody calls me 02.
Oh, 00.
Yeah, 002 is her designation. Everyone calls her 02.
02. Okay.
The fact that she is apparently genetically half Klaxosaur.
Part robot dinosaur.
And
so good luck figuring out how that happened.
I'm guessing genetic modification.
Has to be, yeah.
Oh, what's the fun in that?
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure if you look, there's already.
I'm sure there is.
Concept,
there's that cracked article about the dinosaur porn.
Oh God, that
taken by the T-Rex. It's a real book.
Jesus, of course it is.
And we also know that she kills.
She generally tends to kill her pilots.
Yeah,
which is another interesting level to the layer of the subtext they're sprinkling on here. Is they also generally tend to refer to them in terms of pistil and stamen, which are flower categories.
Yep. They're trying their best to dehumanize the human elements of these giant robots, but for what purpose? Like that's where the issue is. It's like we don't know the purpose that they are trying to dehumanize them, other than the fact that they're just completely disposable and they're expecting everybody to die fighting these awesome-looking robot dinosaurs.
So yeah,
and that's another interesting thing that they've done so far is unlike a lot of other super robot shows or what have you, where they kind of like cock tease you with the series main mecha. Like, you get the goodness right out of the gate, pretty much. They actually don't show you the other FRANXX. You get, like, a bust shot of the one that was in the loading garage before the attack starts, and that's it. They actually give you the goodness from the get-go.
Yeah, like, hell.
Both forms of it. Like, yeah, that's you get the cool cat form and the weird anthropomorphic lady. That I have to admit, like, that kind of was real weird.
Yeah.
And then I remembered its trigger, and I'm like, oh yeah.
So yeah, we can't wait for more episodes of this thing.
I am so stoked. Like I am so. If I wasn't in before, like I am 1000% in on this one.
And next time we meet is going to be 2 episodes, right?
It is. Yeah, it is. Anything else?
Watch it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you haven't watched Kisniver already, go watch that too.
Yeah.
If it's got Trigger's name on it or Gynax or Production IG, you're probably not going to hate it unless you hate fun.
No, I mean there are people who are full blown anti-anime, and those people would hate it because these guys pretty much invented the modern method of telling anime at this point. Like, if you hate modern anime, Krieger / their previous names are pretty much the reason for it.
So, do we ever get the main character's name?
Hiro.
Oh, no, number.
006.
Yeah.
Is
Okay.
006 or 016? I can't remember which
I think it's 016.
Okay. And could you go with a more generic name, Hero?
Well, I mean, that's the one that Naomi gave him.
Yeah.
And she was supposed to be his partner.
Yeah.
But again, going off of the fact that they appear to be delving into relationships with this one, not
They
all
didn't have
relationships work out.
Yeah, they didn't have the chemistry, so.
And she gets crushed.
Yep, she did. Don't get attached to Naomi, guys.
Well, not everyone comes out of a relationship the same way.
Yeah, some of them come up flat like a pancake.
Okay, so which one you
All
want
right.
to go to next?
Let's go down the line. Another new show. Record of Grancrest War. Episode
This
1.
hand of mine glows with an awesome power.
Oh yeah. So again, I was real mad in the Slack about Seven Deadly Sins not being released on a weekly thing. So just in an attempt to stave me off from going off on a rampage, was like, hey guys, let's watch this. And I'm like, fine, I'll watch a stupid show. It's stupid face and stupidness. It's not gonna be Seven Deadly Sins, and I'm gonna hate it.
And what is it?
I didn't hate it.
Yeah, life lesson for you all here, everybody who's listening. If a glorious, glorious man named Justin Carroll tells you to watch an anime, don't ask questions except for where can I find it?
Well, I mean, like I said, my first anime VHS was this after watching because I watched a bootleg version of Akira. And then I was like, nope, I'm going to go to Blockbuster to find more of this anime stuff. And then, of course, there's Dragon Ball and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, I watched that on TV. And I'm like, okay, what is this Record of Lodoss War thing? And that pretty much set me
Who is this hot elf chick?
Right? And that pretty much set me on high fantasy anime.
And shoulder pads.
And shoulder pads. Gotta love the shoulder pads.
So many shoulder pads.
Yeah.
Porns?
If shoulders are your thing, man. So we have seemingly generic hot elf or hot lady mage making fun of the fact that she is generic hot lady mage.
What the hell's that name of that anime though? The one where the Dragon Slayer or
Slayers?
Slayers, yes.
Oh.
Where it's just like really over the top.
This show kind of accepts the fact that if you are watching this, you probably have watched the previous stuff. So they're like, "Yep, these people watching this are genre savvy enough that we can poke fun at this." So, generic mage lady hates the fact that she is generic mage lady, and makes fun of herself for that, and uses her generic mage ladiness to try and get some bandits. And then generic knight guy comes in, and she makes fun of him for being generic knight guy.
And she like literally just powers him up to go conquer a kingdom.
Yeah.
For her own purposes.
Yeah, you're my bitch now, okay?
Yeah, right. Let me make a contract with you so that I can use you to my own ends.
It's like, who's using you this at this? Who's using who and who's protecting who, right?
At least she's open and out front with it. Like, she is not trying. She, like, her reasons obviously are hidden, but the fact that she is attempting to control him for her own means, she's right out there in the open with it, and he's completely cool with it. please, mistress, whip me. Please hit me more.
So they're at the when they're facing the Lord, she was in no danger at all.
No.
When he comes at her with the sword.
No, not one bit.
And she
was
like, oh no, and like he jumps in and saves her.
Yeah, because she let him save her. And this is like, all right, so we kind of went into a very serious discussion about BDSM relationships with the Ancient Magus Bride. And this is a kind of deconstruction of high fantasy and femme dominance BDSM relationships. With, magic.
What is it? Freedom Federation and Fantasy...
The Factory Federation and the Fantasy Alliance?
Something like
I
that.
believe so, yes.
Anti-magic and magic.
Yeah.
Basically. And it's really well done animation. And like I said, it's over the top, and they're aware at this point that the viewer is genre savvy enough to understand what's going on here and is willing to poke fun at itself in all anime. And unlike Junie Tyson, uses anticlimax very well in these first couple of episodes.
Yeah, it does.
It's like,
because
I
mean,
this thing is going to eat him, and he was just a passing NPC.
Hey, you have power that I am not allowed to have for some reason. You're mine now, okay? You're pretty.
Yeah. And then it's going to get 6 episodes in, and it's going to show that he actually died at that point.
Yeah, right. It's just that awesome assassin butler guy just controlling his body.
Yeah.
The footman.
Yeah, the footman. You're a shadow. I'm just a footman.
The footman, the strongest.
I love, not Kratos. That was fantastic.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one.
Oh yeah, that was very obviously a shout out to Kratos. Like,
I have made my body harder than steel. Oh god, my eyes are still vulnerable.
And again, anticlimax. Harder than steel. Huh. Your eyes aren't covered.
Okay, I didn't get to the second episode, but okay.
Oh. Well,
but yeah,
there you go.
Go ahead. So, yeah, I probably would see it coming because, as you say, it is aware of itself.
Oh, yeah. And I love the fact that it's aware of itself. And I just sincerely hope they don't continue to hit that button like some other shows that we've discussed on this. Actually, I could think of 2 on the show that alone that we've seen, with both Black Clover hitting that same button over and over and over again, and Junie Tyson hitting that same button over and over and over again. Unlike those 2, though, this one has a pedigree behind it, and I sincerely hope they don't use that and fuck us over with it.
Well, the fact that I already care more about the cast we've seen so far than I ever did about the vast majority of the characters on Junie Tyson.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
so far,
the only characters. Go ahead, Ro.
So far, personally, I've only met the 3 characters: the mage, the knight, and the demon seal holder. Which we've only know. I only know his name, and we know he's the rogue, because he just sneaks up behind that lord like
Stabby, stabby.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, so from what it looks like it's going to be like I'm going to get more seals to get more powerful.
Gotta crest them all.
I just hope that there's some kind of like purpose behind it, because right now he's just kind of like, he's kind of Gokuing it with, I want to do this because I want to
get stronger.
And they get into why like the root reason of it in the second episode, which is actually very touching. But then like she points out the flaw in that one already. Like, you could have done this and you could have left already, but you're still here. And you don't really have a reason for it. So Theo-sama,
he got his crest?
Not yet.
Okay.
Other than the fact that he made his, which kind of indicates that maybe others are granted it for, maybe it's passed down like bloodline or something like that, but he apparently made his, and I'm wondering if that's what triggered her to be like, hey, I can use you.
Yeah, because they mention the bandits that attack them are like, hey, our lord has promised me a crest if we take this mage out.
Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, where they come from,
Well, they did imply in the second episode, the last half of it. What's up?
There will be no shoulder shaming.
Yeah. When the Night Bro,
Yeah.
the hilariously awesome Night Bro, and I love his character already,
Yes.
gives Teo his crest. He's given one by association because Teo's reaches a certain rank.
Yeah.
And so very clearly these things self-propagate by becoming powerful enough.
Yeah, and I like in the first episode where the mage, I haven't memorized the names yet, so.
No, it's Theo and Silica.
Okay. Well, Silica says
and,
that you can make
Silica.
Yeah,
Silica.
well, you can make a contract with one mage now.
I noticed that too. Her name being Silica.
And then when as soon as he ranks up during that episode, the older mage from the previous lord is like, I want a contract with you too.
Yeah, and so yeah, he's leveling up pretty quickly. It'll be interesting to see where that goes. I mean, like I said, yeah, they're using anticlimax again, which seems to be Japan's MO now. But
they're doing it right.
They're doing it right in this one, but we kind of thought the same thing about that the first couple of episodes of Juni Taisen, and and again, these guys have a pedigree behind them, and I'm allowing that to give that a bit of a push that Juni Taisen didn't have, but Juni Taisen burned me bad.
See, here's the thing. Juni Taisen was pretty much nothing but anticlimax.
Yeah,
yes,
it was.
There are artfully placed anticlimactic moments in Record of Grancrest War. However, there are other payoffs elsewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, then I gotta finish watching this right after the show.
Yeah, you do. It's real good.
Yeah, the second episode is what sold me on the series. Like the first one, I was like, okay, I can see where this might have some promise, and then the second one was where I was like, yeah, I want to keep watching this.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, it certainly didn't hurt when they introduced a certain character, huh, Carrie?
No, I like her a lot.
Oh yeah, she's fantastic.
I also love how CJ knows exactly who we're talking about.
Well, you say she, and there's really only one other she character in there, and
true.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
The one thing I am concerned about because
I like you. Let's be friends after the battle.
Right. The one thing that concerns me is something that's only been alluded to so far in the opening sequence, because like most anime, they do give you like little split-second glimpses of the ensemble as it's going to be assembled.
Yep.
Ancient Magus Bride.
And so
excuse me.
We got to see Night Bro before he was introduced in the series and becomes Night Bro. We see the female character we all love. There are two characters that have yet to show up but are shown as being part of the ensemble. And that is a pair of twin girls with each a single pigtail off the side of their head, opposing sides, of course.
Yep.
Who are shown for a split second in the opening doing some badass sorcery in tandem. However, in the ending theme, they're both shown wearing maid outfits. And I'm like, sitting here, God damn it, if this is ReZero...
I was about to say, they're literally about to ReZero you.
Again.
With the what twin?
I'm about to strangle someone.
I liked ReZero. I really did. And Rem and Rom are great.
It was not my cup of tea. I don't necessarily hate that particular archetype. I despise the fact that they're referred to as the Oni twins. Those are not Oni.
Yet. You don't know. You don't know.
All right. Okay. Before Josh goes over and strangles CJ.
Those are the series given fap fodder to sell statues.
Yeah.
Not going to argue.
That is the furthest point from what Oni are about. And I'll hop off my yokai soapbox now.
Yeah, I mean, again, Rem and Rom are Oni as well, and in that terminology, and they're fab fodder. Like I said, I understand. I really understand how some people cannot really dislike ReZero. That is one of those ones that I will never be up on a soapbox like, you don't like this. No, there's a lot wrong with that one, but for some reason, I think it must just, I know what it was. It came out when I needed something just to turn off my mind to, and that was perfect for it. turn off my mind and also simultaneously think about it, and it hit that itch right when I needed it. So, I mean, but that's one of those ones that I will never try and defend because it's not perfect. Cardcaptor Sakura, clear card.
Because it's shoujo bullshit.
Shoujo.
Oh my god, this brings back the 90s so hard.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god. Is it okay? I've been so jaded with like animes that do like that 180 flip. I'm like kind of waiting for that in these first two episodes.
This is not Madoka.
No, this is not Madoka Magica at all.
This is 100%
Pure.
sugar saccharine shoujo.
It's more Sailor Moon than Madoka. Like,
okay. Well, no, because I'm like,
we may get a little bit more dark than what it's the first couple of episodes, but we're not getting it any more than what Sailor Moon gave us.
Okay.
It's not a mindfuck.
No, not in the least, because that would piss off so many people in Japan if they did that. So I hated the first episode. And I like shoujo anime. The voices irritated me. The animation was good. And then I realized I am a 30-something-year-old man with a daughter. Hey, daughter, watch this with me. and watching her light up watching these couple of episodes. So I rewatched the first episode with her and I watched the second episode with her, and AJ hated it. AJ hated this show. He walked off. Like, he walked out of the room. Like, we got done watching Dragon Ball Super. I'm like, hey, we're going to watch a show that I want to watch with Kia, and I want you to watch because she watches Dragon Ball Super with you. Okay, Daddy. And we got through the first episode. He goes, Daddy, I kind of don't like this. I'm like, just give it a second episode. I didn't like it either. And it's a little bit more enjoyable watching Kia just brighten up the room watching this show. And second episode, he's like, all right, Daddy, I'm going to go and play in my room now. I'm like, okay, buddy. And just watching her reaction to this entire thing, and up to and including, can I dress like her at Dragon Con?
Aww.
And especially now she got her hair cut short. So it's right at Sakura's length. And I'm like, you know what? I will make that happen.
I might have to get to work on that Yuko cosplay I've been thinking of doing.
She asked me if I could be, what's his face? Kuro? No.
Koya?
Kero.
Like, no, I am not being Kero.
Oh my god, I need
not
to
going
do
to
something.
happen.
It's going to be a process, but there's one cosplay that I kind of want to do.
Raul wants to dress up as Sakura too, and I'm completely for it. Do you do?
No. It's from
So wait, what's the cosplay, Raul?
He's tall, he's got a vest on, and then he's got an overcoat over that. It's the next
That's
anime.
like...
The next anime we're talking about.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which form though?
All of them.
Well, the skull one, but the hard part on the skull part is the skull.
Dale says me?
Wait. No, you wear a sports coat.
You're dressing as me, yes. Raul's going to cosplay Dale, and it's going to be brilliant.
So there's this man, and I don't know if he still is performing or if any of his stuff is on the internet, but were you at that Otakon, Josh? With the stand-up comedian? Or was that one that I went to with Joe? That must have been with Joe. There is a man who... He is a very tall black man who lost a bet at a con. And because he lost a bet at a con, he had to wear his friend's Cardcaptor Sakura costume.
Oh.
That's amazing.
It was so popular that he decided to make himself Cardcaptor Sakura costumes and perform stand-up comedy at cons in them, and thus Cardcaptor Will was born.
Hell yeah, man! You own that shit. Like, you have two options: either hate yourself for it, or you own it. And the right choice is owning it.
And his show was really, really good. So, Cardcaptor Will, if you're still out there, please keep doing your thing.
So, talking about the costumes, does she wear like a different costume because her friend just loves making costumes for her?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, her friend loves more than just making costumes for her, but I'm not going to get on that soapbox.
Yeah, there's like I did some research back on this because I had never finished the first one, the first season. So I did a little bit of research on this because Josh is like, here's these things that happen. I'm like, those things couldn't happen.
I don't lie about shit like that.
Bruh. This show's real weird. Not in a mindfuck kind of way, but it's real weird. Like,
the only thing I remember about Cardcaptors when I was growing up was that I was told that the American dub destroyed it.
Oh yes. Like
the American version, the dub and the censoring just destroyed it.
The problem with the American dub of Cardcaptor Sakura is it tried to make it Pokemon for girls.
Basically. And that turned a lot of people off, including myself. Like, I'm like, I grew up loving Sailor Moon. There was no reason for me not to love Cardcaptor Sakura, but just listening to it like made me want to jab a sharp implement into my ears and never listen to another thing ever again.
Yeah, the overly affected, high-pitched, breathy voice quality is not a good sound.
No, especially not in anime. Like that, if you're gonna do that, that's fine, but you have to give it like that has to be sparingly, not every single character. Exactly. But yeah, like so rewatching it the second time, I enjoyed it a bit more. It's fluffy. It is definitely fluffy. There's no emotion whatsoever. It is. I'm sure Kia would disagree with me. But it is your standard 15 minutes of nonsense and then 5 to 10 minutes of resolution,
which is 90s anime in a nutshell.
It's shoujo bullshit. Like it is exactly that. Like it is most of the episode full of relationship building and then 5, 10, 15 minutes of there's this bad thing that has to happen. And that's fine. It's rote, it's tropey, it's fine. Tropes aren't bad always. This gave us what it promised, which was more shoujo bullshit.
Yeah, and this is Cardcaptor Sakura. The original Cardcaptor Sakura was written exclusively for young girls.
Mm-hmm.
This Cardcaptor Sakura, I have a feeling, is written for those adult young girls to watch with their own young girls.
Yeah, I could see that.
And so, yeah, a show that's catered to children, you're statistically likely going to have more obvious tropes, and any flaws in it are going to be more glaring when viewed through an adult perspective.
Oh, trust me, I for some reason still watch freaking Yu-Gi-Oh animes. I understand.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
Oh my.
I don't know why I can't stop watching them. I don't understand. I hate myself for watching them.
Okay. The last Yu-Gi-Oh I saw, holy shit, was the bike one.
Card games on motorcycles.
That was the last one I saw. And
this one's Reigns. It's in VR. Like,
hey, Utena had sword duels in cars.
Yeah.
And occasionally a chick becoming a car.
That was only in the movie.
It's real dumb. It's just, the Yu-Gi-Oh is real dumb. Reigns is so ridiculous. But I still like I said, I still watch that, and I occasionally watch Card Fight Vanguard. So tropey ridiculousness, I get.
So nothing real shocking in these first 2 episodes.
No, this is exactly what I expected.
I mean, we do get a few like little tidbits as like, why are the cards that she collected suddenly clear? She's having dreams about a hooded figure, and one of her friends is not calling her back with what he thinks is going on.
Yeah, the middle schooler.
The reincarnation of Cloud Reed withholding information is really pissing me off. The blue-haired British kid, yeah, that's the reincarnation of the original creator of the Cloud cards.
Yeah.
Oh.
He knows shit, and he's withholding information.
Yeah, because
he's busy banging that teacher.
I mean, you're probably not wrong.
Like
My other problem-
I don't know any of these characters. It's like going into Dragon Ball Z, not seeing Dragon Ball.
So you have plucky protagonist chick,
Yes.
her lesbian friend,
Okay.
the half Chinese boy crush,
Okay.
the adorable animal sidekick that turns into a fucking badass monstrosity when he needs to,
Okay.
the father and older brother figure who remain completely oblivious despite all the complete bullshit going on around them.
Yeah. I mean, the brother is like, how dense can you be?
The
Yes.
the white-haired glasses dude who is some kind of construct around another one of the plucky animal sidekick things.
And maybe also possibly older brother / father figures.
Totally not gay for older brother.
Yeah.
Totally not gay.
No, not whatsoever. And that will never be addressed because Japan is still weird about homosexuality.
Yeah, he's just gonna sleep over tonight.
Nah.
Don't ask about the banging noises.
Well, okay.
Rhythmic slapping.
Well, then you had Yuri on ice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's different. Figure skating has Johnny Weir. Everyone knows what's going on there.
Kind of like Free. Like nobody pretended that Free was not what it was. Like,
Something that was only made to appease rabid fanboys on Twitter.
yeah, we'll go with fanboys. What the hell, like the girl, like rabid girl, like fan crushing trope that they like, that people like to call them. I forget what it's called. I forget.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so the rest of your cast of characters in Cardcaptor Sakura consist of the blue-haired reincarnation of the guy who made the cards originally, his companions, who are the little black teddy bear thing that turns into a badass thing when it needs to. I think Hot Teacher Chick is also technically a fairy bitch. I don't know about the other characters in that particular setting. Currently not pictured is half Chinese kid's jailbait best friend. They have not yet shown Drilltail's not husband teacher, because these are elementary students, I mean middle school students now, so it's totally okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Japan.
And person in the cloak who is probably Sakura from the future contacting herself about some great cataclysm. But this leads me to my main issue with ClearCard thus far, is that we've done this story already. There was a point in Cardcaptor Sakura where the Cloud cards fuck up, and she has to personally use her own magical power to transform the book into the Sakura cards. And now, oh look, all of the things have escaped from the cards again, but they're clear this time, so it's different.
Because we can market this better.
And I do like that she doesn't have a transformation, and her costumes are actually created.
Yeah, that's the play off the Sailor Moon trope.
Yeah, where like they just don't magically get
Traditional magical girl, like Cardcaptor Sakura has always kind of just poked at that one a little bit.
So does the brother like come into the room and she's holding the staff, or did she get rid of the staff before? Because it kind of looked like she was still holding the staff.
She may have still been holding it, but she has been in the cheerleading club her entire elementary and middle school career, so she's a baton twirler.
Because
So
of
he just-
course she is.
So he just probably thinks like, oh, she's got some weird baton thing for school. But he's onto it, and I would love in this series for him to find out.
I mean, maybe you'll get that payoff, but we'll see. Clamp is a weird bunch of ladies.
I want to make that cheesecake.
It'll be interesting to see if this gets a 12 or
24
episode season.
Depends on how many cards there are. I can't remember. No, I'm not kidding. Every episode is going to be a card. That's pretty much how it goes.
Like I said, 15 minutes of relationship building, 5 to 10 minutes of nonsense.
More powerful cards might do a 2-episode 2-part, but
yeah, because a demon gustiness and then rubber room.
which is weird because like I guess that's part of them trying to differentiate it from the previous incarnations, because in the previous incarnations, all of the cards were like either direct objects or anthropomorphizations. Like Gust was windy, and it was a very blustery chick.
Mm-hmm. And then there was like a water card that was kind of like an Undine looking lady.
And Jump, which was a rabbit.
Fly was a bird.
The fact that they're going with more abstract things like Siege being a rubber room.
The trap card. It's a trap card.
So like later on, she's
either way.
In the original, like later on, she can actually use these, right?
Yeah,
that's the whole point.
Oh.
I mean, why we don't know. There was never much of a point for her using the cards in the first place, other than to capture the other cards.
Oh, okay.
There's rarely ever an actual overarching thread, as far as I can remember.
That is the reason why the show is called Cardcaptor Sakura, not Card User Sakura. Fuck you all.
the cards only ever appear to fuck things up in her immediate vicinity anyways, so it's like,
Yeah, like I'm sure Clow Reed made them for some purpose. If it's ever said what that purpose is, I do not remember it because it's been a hot minute since I've watched any of this show.
In summation, it's shoujo bullshit.
It is. Yeah, and it'll be fun, and now I've signed myself up to watching it regardless if I want to or not. So and admittedly it's kind of what I wanted. Like Kia likes watching anime, and Little Witch Academia, like I said, she fell in love with. I'm like, hey, let's watch some shoujo bullshit together, and maybe I won't hate it as much as I did before.
You will enjoy watching this show with her.
I gathered. I infinitely liked watching these first 2 episodes a lot more than me being a 30-something-year-old man trying to hide the fact that I have middle school girls on my phone at work. So this has been relegated to weekend viewing, not because of anything bad, but because it's real awkward to being a 30-something-year-old man with high school girls on your phone or middle school girls on your phone. It's bad enough that I'm already that anime guy. I don't need that hanging over me.
Right?
Yeah, because if there's people at your work who think anime is only certain genres of show, the last thing you need is trying to explain away Cardcaptor Sakura.
Exactly. All right. So let's finish up the shows that we've all watched with, of course, The Ancient Magus Bride.
The show that if you don't like it, you're wrong.
Yes, absolutely. I do, and it may take me a couple of episodes to get used to it, but I kind of hate the new intro. Like
you're not alone. You are not alone.
And like Raul said, it's like it's putting your best foot forward and then yanking the carpet from beneath you. Like I hated Peace Sign when it came on for My Hero, and like about halfway through, I'm like, okay, and then they took that away from me, and I'm like,
yeah, I mean, they're all not going to be hits.
But the thing is like the first opener for Magus Bride was so strong and so unique and so iconic for this song for the show now. And then for the second opening, they gave us a song that, while on its own, is a pretty good song. It sounds basically like every other anime opening ever.
Exactly.
And
that's what
it sounds wrong.
Yeah, like this show needs sweeping like intros and things like that, not standard poppy music.
It sounds too upbeat.
Yeah.
The other one, yes, it did have its beats. Yes, it was, but it was like that great minor tone, the minor key, yeah, that's just like
things can have a fast tempo without being upbeat.
Yeah,
exactly.
That was the thing. Was one of my favorite things about the original opening theme was the fact that it had that flamenco flair to it.
Yeah. It's just something that you could bop to and enjoy and just love. And then this one is just all that. And it's weird. It's so weird. And for any other show, I wouldn't care.
But the problem is, because we love this show so much, this opening is tonal dissonance.
Yes, absolutely.
It feels like it belongs on another anime.
Yeah, Like if this was on literally any other anime, I wouldn't care. But it's just this show is better than that.
Yeah.
It needs something distinct.
Yeah.
And the first opening gave us that.
Oh, did it?
And it's going to be hard to get that emotional punch that you got out of the last one when they put it into the show proper.
Definitely. When they threw theme song Power Up into that episode, it's like, oh fuck yes, we're doing this.
Yeah, and it's gonna be nigh impossible to get that out of this, and have it have the same impact, the same punch. I kind of hope they just don't do that this time. I kind of like just let it be the opening, fine, whatever. In 12 episodes, we'll get, or next season we'll get another one, whatever. And I'm sure, like I said, 3 or 4 episodes into it, we'll at that point be numb to it to a point where it doesn't bother me as much as it does. But like, it really bothered me.
Okay, let's go past the beginning now.
No!
Onto the actual episode. East, West, Home's Best.
Welcome back from a 2-week break. It seemed like forever. Here is this gloriousness.
Whew.
It's harvesting season.
Yeah. The sheep bugs are the greatest thing ever. Shearing season is just the best.
Taste of his rising.
And the fact that he herds them all, and it's just great.
He has his own pile, and he looks at her like, no, these are mine.
You are not shearing. These were mine. But as good as
Ruth is just the best boy.
He is. And just showing that not everything that is great and fluffy in this show is as it would be expected to be. These bugs are going to eat your heat to breed.
Yeah, the other foot had to drop, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
but then they ate the cold and we're best buddies again. It's just a fluffy goodness. It brought back the fact that we know nothing about this world, and it's amazing.
Oh, and when he's like when they're in the greenhouse, you don't need that memory.
Oh my God!
Wait,
yes.
Which memory? The story that Santa told her, or the one when he
the fact that he almost ate her.
Yeah. Did I look tasty back then? And
okay.
You don't need that memory. Yes, I do, and you don't get to tell me that. And the fact that Chise came up to him, tackled him, and reminded herself that she is indeed a 15-year-old girl, but told him to his face, you don't get to tell me that. I decide what memories I want.
And
this is a memory of someone important to me. It is absolutely one that I need.
And she's just like, impulse is a very dangerous thing.
Blushing 15-year-old girl, because hey, remember, she is a 15-year-old girl, and for better or for worse, she loves this 10-foot tall skeleton dog thing.
Oh, the start of this episode, I forgot of her in the mage.
Oh yeah, her as the archmage or whatever, like
yeah.
The flashing forward to her being super powerful Chise. Yes.
Oh my God.
This isn't even my final form.
And that very, very well set the tone for this part of the season. Just straight up, this is Chise's growth season. Like, we had that ball rolling with the Santa season finale and quote unquote season finale, like half season finale, whatever.
Split finale.
Yeah. Like
the first act, second act split.
Yeah. And it is very obviously that this going forward is like, you thought that this was Elias's story, Elias's story. Sorry, again, Dub puts it out there differently because
Ainsworth.
You said it right the first time.
Repeat, Josh. That you thought this was Ainsworth's story. No, remember, this is Chise's story, and this is where she is going to grow and apparently be an awesome archmage. And I can't wait to see that.
And then they like completely at the end of this episode, she's a fox now.
Yeah, this weird old man shows up and poof, she's a fox now, and the most amazingly drawn fox ever.
It's ancient Magus bride, sir. You expected them to cop out on something like that?
No, not at all. Like you could see the fur on this fox move. Like, whoo.
And of course, Ruth, as always, being the best boy.
Yeah, and then right into the second episode, like not even a beat. Like, yep, she's a fox now. Not for long, but whatever. Like immediately into the second episode, old man's like, yeah, I made her a fox. What are you gonna do about it? And any of the VOD watchers, I was watching this during the pre-show, and you could kind of tell, watching my face, the emotional beats of this second episode.
Oh, wait. We do get a little bit more of Ainsworth's backstory. Not backstory, but like he might be a failure of something.
Yeah, he is. They seem to be implying that Elias was made and not intentionally.
Yeah, I'm thinking he is the Wandering Knights and Magic's creation. Because obviously, especially in the new intro, he's put in there very prominently. So obviously, antagonist Kun is going to come back.
And then he shifts into his
weird ass
dog form.
Dog, wolf,
quadruped form.
Yeah, travel mode activated.
It was so cold and lonely here without you.
I don't like the cold. I don't like the cold either.
The emotion in his voice when he said it was so cold and lonely without her.
Carrie's nickname initially was Ningen no Sensei. Just watching those two together, like these two obviously broken souls, and we got freaking Chisei's backstory. Like, little brother was alive, and like
Dad left.
Dad left for why? Why did Dad leave? Because Dad is not just Magus by proxy; he has vision as well. Like,
I'm wondering if he's going to show up again at the Sorcerer's College.
Oh yeah, that shoe will have to drop. Like, that shoe absolutely, because obviously.
What if that was the other guy on the bird with Renfred?
Josh, you just made the show better.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
So why did Dad leave? And obviously,
where's brother?
Yeah, and that drove Mom to the edge. Like,
I thought
literally.
Didn't brother die?
No, Dad took the brother with him, and from what Chisei was saying, the dad is the one that was keeping the scary stuff at bay.
Yeah, it seems Dad. Yeah, absolutely. Mom was powerful because, red hair, only being born to power or whatever. She couldn't take them leaving, and freaking yeah.
Let's see. Oh, so it finishes up what started at the last part of the previous episode, and then, oh my god, the vampire succubus.
Yeah. Yes. Both.
Lana Side.
Yes.
Yeah.
Comes in asking for help because Joel
comes in my ass. She barrels in like a bat out of hell.
Yeah, you have to save Joel. Okay, that's what we're doing.
And then she jumps out. I'm going out.
And that's the thing, and that really speaks volumes to Chisei's character. You need to come save Joel. She books it out of there in her fucking pajamas.
Well, you can thank the Feels Dragon for that one. Hey, and she even calls back to that. He smiled for me, and now I want to keep him smiling. Like, Nevin, the Feels Dragon, definitely made an impact on her.
And then, oh my god, Joel is at the end. I mean,
he's dying. There's no turning back. Like,
there's no evil curse. There's no nothing.
Well,
it's just his time.
Well, time, yeah, but also the fact that even though she has not been eating him directly, she has been stealing his life essence just by being around him, essentially. According to Elias.
Yeah, according to Elias, which, by the way, I was really excited to see human Elias again, because right before we watched this episode, I was hoping to see him again.
This is great random showing up because, oh yeah, Joel doesn't understand what's going on. Like,
yeah,
well, he does, but
he's going to want to see a human doctor, not Skullface dude.
Yeah. But immediately kind of sees through his stuff, I'm guessing, because he's so close to death that he's able to kind of part the veil.
Yeah. Are you the angel
I'm guessing
of
he
death?
actually saw Elias as what he is.
Or he just knows from how Elias is talking. And I don't know.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, he kind of knows there are supernatural things, like, but they don't get into the fact of how much he can see. And I think just him being so close to death was him being able to be like, yep, this man's here. He's going to steal my soul. Whatever.
And she couldn't admit to herself because she didn't want to.
No, I don't love him. I can't love him because then I would have to do something about it. Because that is her type. That is her species. They eat things that they love. That's the reason why they go over after poets. Like, her entire purpose is to eat things that she loves, and as soon as she admits that that she loves him, she has to eat him, and she can't because she feels actual, real emotion for this man, not just, oh, I like him, so I'm going to eat him emotion.
Yeah, and then Chise shows off how much of a badass she is. Stays up for 5 days making a fairy ointment that has a 50-50 chance of actually working.
Because she cares enough about this man to give them both this wish that she knows they both have. And man, this show just on so many levels, like, oh yeah, like it just through these means of like magical creations and stuff like this shows you what it is to be human. Like, and I'll get to that point again later about a show that I'm going to talk about in the second half, but this show is essentially just what it is to be human and what what that actually means in the grand scope of things. And yeah, we had awesome dragons and Firebird Girl and stuff like that, but in reality, and that's what Elias is searching for, it's kind of what Chise is searching for, is just what does it mean to be human? And they get that through means like, this.
Yep.
Okay.
And then, like, at the very
end... The show is still good, guys.
Yeah. And
I was legit crying on camera because of this fucking show. So
she makes the ointment so Joel can actually see
the woman that he loves and has known that he has loved for most of his life.
Yeah. And then he just that brief moment where
that's the thing, is he makes the choice willingly for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
he knows that his time is up and he gives his life force willingly to her.
Yeah, and I'll wait here forever if that means Joel will come back, and that's what got me. Like, her saying, I will wait here as long as Joel comes back to me, that got me. Like,
and this show is is death positive a thing?
Yeah, absolutely. No. And well, that's kind of Japan. Like, in America, like in Western cultures, death is the end. Like, there's like, you get an afterlife if you believe that kind of thing. But even if you believe that, there's no coming back. Like, death is it. You either go to heaven, you go to hell, or you go nowhere. And in Buddhism and Taoism, reincarnation's a thing. So, like, don't feel bad about dying because that just means that this story's done. I'm going to come back and tell another story.
Yep, death is the beginning of a new journey.
Yeah.
And this show just lets you experience that in a beautiful, tear-jerking way.
And it's things dying is a part of the balance of existing. If everything lived forever, our planet would be a mess.
It's the circle.
And then they give you this happy, and you get a little peek of Oberyn.
Oh yeah, Oberon's back. Things are gonna get weird and fun. Oh, nee!
And then it's like, you made that. I want that.
Okay, here.
I want the rest of that. Very rare. Mages aren't supposed to make it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna get mad at you, but humans aren't really supposed to make that.
It's a big no-no for humans to make that.
Yeah. And then she vomits blood.
Not blood. Not blood.
Oh yeah, the
That
weird
was
black
some
stuff.
Black shit.
Yeah, the weird black cursed stuff that cat dude was made of.
And her ring shatters.
Yeah. Like, because even Ainsworth was like, yeah, this is very bad to make, especially for you and your frail body. So lots of magic being used in this.
Yeah. And not the ring that she has, not the necklace, her actual, I guess, wedding band that he gave her or something.
No, it's not a wedding band because
Angelica
was like, no, this goes on your right hand only.
It's the magic dampener.
Yeah.
But in the intro, we get a gold ring in the intro, you guys. I caught that immediately. I'm like, she's holding a gold ring.
But yeah, that's the thing is, while it is a very intense cliffhangery moment that like instantly inspires some dread, I don't think it's as dire as the situation would make it out to be, because before he shows up at Casa del Ainsworth, you get that shot of Oberon looking up and over. Oh, they're doing something interesting.
And then, and then you have those two creatures in the bushes.
The Spriggans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
obviously Spriggans don't particularly like Casa de Ainsworth.
At least that one doesn't.
I'm guessing it's a racial thing.
Well, especially because if Elias is something that was made either by Cartaphilus or summoned by somebody else and went wrong, like something that's organic of the forest is probably not going to like that very much.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's very much so what's kind of insinuated, that he's not, I mean, they flat out said he's neither fairy nor human, but a failure on both. But I mean, it boils down to the fact that that may be integral to the plot, but it's still not his story, at least not this season. And I love that.
Well, see, that's the thing is we're getting his story through Chise.
Yeah. But she's the one
she is the one that matters, but through learning about her, we are also learning about him.
Yep. Because in a lot of ways they're similar, you know, even if their paths may diverge and be obviously very different, you know, they're similar in a lot of ways.
So would you be, I mean, I know you want more of this, but if at the end of this they get to 26 episodes and they actually do a proper ending for it, like what they did with MMO Junkie, like
if it has a proper ending, I am fine with it. Like if that is the story that they needed to tell, that is fine. But
the manga is still ongoing hundreds of chapters later.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just not getting 24 episodes.
No, this is a multi-season thing, especially considering how popular this is in Japan, much less through Crunchyroll.
The thing is, you can kind of tell with the pacing too.
Yeah, it's very slow paced. Like this is not trying to tell a complete arc. But I mean, like I said, if it was a point where this was the only story that they wanted to put into anime and said, hey, for the rest of the story, go read the manga. As long as it's well done, I'm fine. Like, but that is obviously not where they're going.
No, this is too big of a blockbuster for them to not renew.
Oh yeah, no, they're absolutely not going to get rid of it that easy.
Because yeah, the way I've been looking at it, again going off the whole the split that we just had with Act 1, Act 2, the first act was planting the seed,
world building,
and the second act so far has been the seed germinating, if you will, starting to spread its roots. And so just the way they've been pacing it, I'm not going to say it's a slow pace, but it is very gradual but intended.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a story
So
pace,
there's-
it's not a rush.
The way it has been paced so far into, what is this, 14 episodes now?
Yes.
Yes.
14 episodes. It's not going to be over in 12 more episodes.
No.
But
They
did-
would have to pull some Juni Tyson shitting the bed
And
to
they
wrap this
put
up
up
12 episodes.
They've put too much goodwill into this so far, and that would piss off so many people and pretty much doom that entire animation studio if they did that.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, there
The-
is somewhat of a time skip, not a very large time skip, but there's a portion that's like missing of where she's actually training.
Well, here's the thing, and this
Well,
is
they
something
get
I
that.
caught up on. I think it was in episode 13, or it may have been episode 12. There are a couple of scenes that are montaged in I think it's 13,
It's 13, yeah.
that shows you this is where the 3 prequel episodes go.
Yep. Yeah.
When they get into the whole bit with her reading the storybook for him and everything like that, that fits into episode 13's block.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, go rewatch the OVA if you wanted to know where that fit. It's yeah. So there's they don't exactly tell how much of a time skip, but there is a time skip. I think it's like maybe a couple of months at most, because Chisei hasn't grown any, like physically.
But her hair has grown.
Yeah, her hair has grown back. So you've had months push, maybe at most a year.
I don't think even that much.
No, I don't think so. That is pushing it, but this is not days; it is months. Because what's his face? Preacher Simon? No, not Simon. Preacher guy, Ainsworth's supervisor.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of his name either.
Yeah, the priest with the bad cough.
Yeah.
The one that can't be a rogue.
Now I want to call him Simon too.
Yeah, like it's something like that. So, but he looked older, like not by a lot, but like a couple extra wrinkles because of having to deal with Ainsworth's bullshit. And also this cough that will probably eventually kill him. Death flag, death flag, death flag.
Or at least make him retire.
Yeah,
because priests do retire.
absolutely. All right. So anything else on this before we move on into
Watch it.
Yeah,
Watch it.
watch
Watch it. Watch it.
Yes. Oh.
If we have not convinced you yet, what is wrong with you?
If me weeping openly on camera on the pre-show is not enough for you to watch the show, then just I don't know what to tell you.
Are you human?
Exactly. All right. So real quick, Dragon Ball Super episodes 122 and 123, or as Raul put it in here, 213. And 113.
Okay. All right. 122 of Dragon Ball Super. The
All right.
Vegeta episode.
Yep. The Vegeta gets his gains, man. Just like so Goku, like we get this awesome homage to like Western animation. You're missing the that's the only thing separating this from Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Including for no good reason, but I'm not arguing, Topo's amazing mustache blowing in the wind and physically impossible, but Vegeta's gloves ruffling in the wind because we showed Goku's hair and gi, and so whatever.
Yeah, and then they're like, why does it? Everyone looks kind of spread out.
Yeah, Grand Priest is like, hey, Zeno, everybody looks, hey, all gods, everybody looks kind of spread out, right? Yeah, everybody looks all spread out. You're right. I'm going to squish everybody, okay? And the Grand Priest is the villain. He's like, okay, I'm going to shrink this. That's awesome. Shrink it. You're right. I should shrink this. Whoop. And like, this means a lot of things, though. I mean, one, obviously, we're in the end game. Like, this is it. We got maybe 10 episodes left. And that's if we pull some Frieza level bullshit.
Frieza.
Which I don't think. I think they've progressed past 10 episodes for 5 minutes. But I mean, at this point, we're pretty much getting 1 episode per minute, and we're at 7 minutes left.
Yeah.
So after that, and it kind of means that nobody can say anything without anybody else hearing it. So like nobody can plan, nobody can plot, like except for Jiren and God of Destruction for Universe 11 have a psychic link of some kind that they can communicate, but nobody else can. Also, I love the look. The Universe 1 God of Destruction is sitting now behind Universe 7 and like gets pushed over there, and this weird ass bug guy's like, what the hell am I doing here? Like, it's just that little bit of like, that guy has no idea why he got pushed here, but whatever.
So like, all the other universes are there, the ones that aren't getting erased.
Yeah, 1, 4, and 12? Maybe.
But yeah, the
3 universes are not getting erased, regardless. Like, because they're high on the mortal level scale. Bullshit meter.
And like, oh my God, Vegeta's development in here, where he's just like,
yes,
I will not stop. This is.
So yeah, everybody's like, "Oh no, this is gonna be the Vegeta episode. Whatever. This is what Vegeta does. This is semi-perfect Cell all over again." No, this is a Vegeta who has grown, who has learned from his mistakes. Like he's like, Goku's like, "I'm gonna blow up and go Super Saiyan Blue and do like this weird thing and kind of look like Super Saiyan Blue too, but whatever." But Vegeta's like, "No, Kakarot, chill. I got this." And obviously, in Jiren fashion, he knocks the shit out of him. Yeah. But unlike Goku, he sits and watches the fight between Goku and Jiren, watches how Jiren punches, and sees right through it, jumps right back in front of Goku again, and Ultra Instinct level dodges through Jiren's punches to land a solid blow on Jiren.
Yeah, and then he realizes that Jiren's not fighting at full power.
Yeah, and so he starts charging up a blue Final Flash, and Vegeta's like, "Come on, you let Goku hit you with the Spirit Bomb, and after all of this crap that you're talking about me, you're not going to dodge this, are you?" Jiren's like, "Nah, come on." And Vegeta launches and does his Final Flash, and the animation is just amazing.
Yes, it is.
And actually, Jiren's like, "Oh, shit," and gets knocked down from it. And then, like, obviously gets back up because, you know, that would be a pointless and Juni Tyson level anticlimactic ending. And Jiren has this really cool signature move where, like, he pushes an energy ball around you and just shocks the shit out of you with it. And it's obviously him. It's obviously him as a pride trooper. This is how you detain criminals. Like, this is not a killing blow. He does not kill with this. He kills by doing 1,000 punches per second. But this is his detention cell, and he does that to Vegeta. Vegeta gets knocked out.
And then the episode ends.
And the episode ends, but I do want to talk about the other fighters really quick. Gohan and 17 are teaming up against Toppo. And there's a cool little climax on that one in the next episode where 17's like, "Why are you trying to fight with me?" Like, because Gohan's trying to fight, alongside him. 17's like, "Dude, we've never fought together. Why are you trying to fight with me like I'm 18? Like you're 18. Do your thing. I'll do mine. If you see an opening, we'll work on it." So 17 makes Toppo grab him. And then does his shield, and then's like, "Hey, Gohan, now's that time I was talking about." And a Kamehameha almost knocks them both pinball style off of the edge. Just barely stopped. And Toppo's like, "Oh, wait. Oh, crap. Maybe I should not underestimate these guys anymore."
Yeah.
But the best thing in these 2 episodes is not Vegeta, my favorite character, getting his awesome thing, which we'll talk about in a second, is Frieza versus Dispo. the Trix Rabbit, he's like jumping around doing his fastest in all of the universes thing. And Frieza just
But that's Burgess thing.
I really wanted a Burger shout out. Like, I had a guy who said that once. I ruled him. But no, like, so he smacks Toppo or Dispo once with his tail. He's like, ha, tails are great things. And Dispo's like, you know what? I agree. Grabs him by the tail and just does his light speed thing, smashing him through rocks and mountains and just wrecking Frieza's shit. And I loved watching that.
Yeah. And then Frieza just like shakes it off.
Yeah, obviously Frieza being Frieza, like, yeah, that was mildly inconvenience. Now I'm over here as opposed to there. Are you quite done, you rabbit?
And then we go, well, that is going into 123, where, oh my God, Goku just goes completely full out, goes all out, and then he's like, oh wow, that's the strongest punch I've ever been hit with. Yeah. And he's Goku's just like, oh crap.
So yeah, and then Jiren actually gets pushed back by Goku because Goku's freaking out because remember, they may not touch on it, but they have been friends now for 15 years going on. Like Vegeta and Goku have been together for a long ass time.
And Goku showing off his uniqueness, not uniqueness, his strategic size by planting the key bombs.
Yeah, god level key bombs on the ground, trying to plant little landmines for Jiren. Jiren, of course, just shrugs them off.
Yeah, and then using the Destructo disc.
Yeah, so it's a nice move you have there, Krillin. It would be a shame if somebody stole it.
But he just doesn't throw one. He throws one and it splits off.
Well, that's what Krillin did during their training session, was the Hexblade Destructo disc. And Goku steals the shit out of that. This is mine now, Krillin. Sorry.
And then he brings it back around.
Krillin, of course, is completely cool with this. Like, hey, that's my move.
Yeah. And so he has
that's the ultimate sign of recognition. He finally recognizes me. He
Senpai noticed me and stole my attack. Take that, Tien Shinhan.
Right. And then they knock down one of the tall rocks right over the edge of the arena.
Yeah.
And Jiren's like, this is over. The Destructo disc comes, chops.
Yeah, Jiren kind of taunting Goku, like, yeah, I'm at the edge of this thing now. There's no way you could stop me. And then a Kienzan just comes by and just slices the shit out of that one. And then Jiren, it's this moment of clarity, like, I cannot fuck around anymore. and this, like, Dragon Ball is very rarely purely silent. Watching Jiren power up, like that very quick power up, no music, nothing. Just Jiren's face, that look of, fuck, I have to actually try. And then a very quick roar and just gets back up on the stage.
And then he's not even trying to dodge the key bombs. He's just walking through it. Like,
yeah, Jiren Terminator walking through those god level key bombs. By the way, placed in blue form, so god energy.
Cool guys don't look at explosions.
Exactly.
Walk right through them.
Yeah, he just bamped right through those. Gary broke the stream. And so we get back and he gets back there and Goku's like, all right, Vegeta gets up. Shit, okay, I'm good. And then we get this really cool scene of Goku actually going full-blown, full Kaioken blue. And Vegeta is like, you know what? I have power now too. Good old Zenkai boost. You get blue perfected, which is only seen in the manga so far, but is crystal blue. In the manga, Super Saiyan Blue is barely controllable. like the fact that Vegeta and Goku can control it is astounding.
It's almost like they're the protagonists.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfected Blue is being able to hold that god power and actually make it, stable. Actual full, fully using that ability. Basically, it's Ultimate Super Saiyan, just not, bulky and beefy and ridiculous. It's Perfected Super Saiyan 2, which is the pure Super Saiyan, basically.
All right.
So
and then they
Vegeta
start at
gets
it. They tag team.
Yeah, in a way that people who have been fighting together for 15 years can do. And Jiren's like, oh, by the way, Jiren acknowledged Vegeta as a fighter, which was great. And of course, the Zenos were being stupid.
Who doesn't?
Apparently dub watchers, because her voice is actually kind of great for them, but just their characters just wretched. So yeah, we're gonna preview for next episode is Gohan and Frieza teaming up.
Yeah, it's not going to be focused on this amazing fight that they teased us for the last 2-3 episodes.
Now for something completely different. Gohan and
Now
Frieza.
for something completely different.
Gohan and Frieza, the world's greatest tag team.
So it's going to come down. It's going to be Goku, Vegeta, and Jiren.
I'm still saying we're going to get a fusion. I still think we're going to get a Vegito or a Gogeta canon.
Yeah,
that is kind of what they're leading this up to, is putting Goku on Vegeta's level, or kind of putting Vegeta up to Goku, at least for Kaioken Blue. I honestly think we're gonna get Gogeta
that would
in
be
canon.
Holy shit. Okay. Oh, okay.
So
Can't wait for next episode.
yes. Really quick on this one, because I cannot spoil this. Inuyashiki. It's on Amazon. Kagame.
Inuyasha.
I thought it was that too. I thought it was just something like that. No, it is not.
It is something completely different.
Yes. So anime strike is dead. Long live Amazon Prime.
Oh yeah. I mean, don't put that behind another paywall.
Double paywall. But so Anime Strike died, and all the things that were on Anime Strike got put to your Amazon Prime membership. So I have listened and watched a lot about this anime, Inuyashiki, whatever.
Inuyashiki.
It's one of those weird, like, emphasis on syllable things. And I wanted to watch it, but there was no way in hell I was going to do Amazon's stupidness about it. And they're like, hey, yeah, that's not going to happen anymore. So I started watching this. And you remember, 10 minutes ago now, when I was talking about the human experience through magic? The human experience through robots is this.
Ooh.
So you want to... All right, so this show... if you are easily triggered in any way, shape, or form, I don't think I can have you watch this show. They are not against showing the dark sides of things, including rape, molestation of potentially high school girls. But there's this old man who has this weird Jesus complex about things, and how he feels alive is by saving people. And you have this kid who how he feels alive is by killing people. They get their powers through something that is never touched on before, or again, from what I understand. These two happen to be walking in the same forest where an alien spaceship almost crash lands into Earth, only smashing these two. The aliens go, wait, we weren't supposed to turn left here. You're right. Wait, we killed 2 people. We can rebuild them. We'll let them. We can do this.
Beam.
wait, all we have are weapons units. Whatever, we're just gonna go. That'll destroy this planet. That's fine. We didn't do it. Bye.
I need to watch this like now.
And like apparently, from what I understand, that's never paid off. Like those aliens existing are there strictly as literal Deus Ex Machina. These two, this old man and this dickhead teenager. So like it is literally an old man. Like he doesn't de-age. Like he's a grandpa. And they are no against like, oh, my back hurts. He wakes up as a robot, like, man, my back doesn't hurt anymore. I don't understand what goes on. And then he like hits his head on something and like his head pops open and then there's robots inside.
Okay. Yeah.
It is very understandably disoriented at this whole thing. The kid, he's like, cool, I'm a robot now. I'm going to kill people. And that's your setup. They find out that they can rebuild cellular structure even down to like a cancer level and stuff like that, where Inuyashiki does this, goes through and Spider-Man's into the cancer ward of a hospital, heals all the people, sees a doctor come by, and then Spider-Man and Batman's out.
Okay. Oh,
it's weird and great, and like the animation is amazing. I honestly thought it was the same studio that did Attack on Titan's animation. No, like this is pretty much what this studio has done, and we're never gonna get season 2 because the mangaka is it's going on right now, but the mangaka is basically kind of like, I don't think I'm gonna continue that story. And
I will tell you what is happening though.
Yeah,
it's getting a live action movie.
Yeah, it is.
You know who's playing the asshole kid?
Who?
One of my favorite Japanese actors, a Toku alum, and the guy who played Rurouni Kenshin, Sato Takeru.
Really?
Really?
I'm okay with that. I liked him as Kenshin. Like,
okay, the
this
Kenshin live action was actually
phenomenal actor.
It was real good. Yeah, the Rurouni Kenshin live action movie was surprisingly good.
Yeah, like I don't need the Toku qualifier. Sato Takeru is one of my favorite actors.
It's really, really bizarre and a fantastic thing. And just kind of like I said, you live humanity through this old man and who is just the sweetest guy until you piss him off. And hell hath no fury like an old half-naked man scorned.
Apparently at one point in time he sings the Astro Boy theme.
Yeah, he do. Well, he watches him and the dickhole teenager, whatever, meet up, and the teenager takes off flying, and the old man's like, I have to save these people, but I'm not going to get there on time again. The kid flew, so can I. How can I fly? And just starts singing the Astro Boy theme. And that's how he takes off.
Okay, I think you've sold me, CJ.
I've suddenly got Sky Show stuck in my head.
Okay.
Sky Show.
It is amazing, and it is a sin that it was hidden behind a double paywall, and I'm so glad that it is not anymore. I can't, like, once you guys are done watching it, if you watch it, like, I would be glad to do a full season on it, but like, me giving you what I've given you is basically just trying to sell you on the anime, and it is 1,000% worth watching. And that's Inuyashiki.
Okay.
Inuyashiki.
We've gone a little bit long.
Yeah, we have. So I just want to call this out really quick. Because I like my fluffy fun shows. I like my comfy shows. Elegant Yokai Apartment Life is one that I've been wanting to watch for some time, and our roommate finally got started on it, so I'm like, fine, I'll watch it. It's really cute, you guys. It's a show about a kid who lives in an apartment with a bunch of yokai, and I'm a sucker for yokai folklore to begin with. And it's just, if you want something to relax and have fun, and you don't necessarily want super saccharine fluff time like Cardcaptor Sakura, but you want something that you just feel happy watching, go watch Yokai Apartment.
Yay.
And Josh has a couple to reference real quick.
Yeah. Something got added to Crunchyroll recently that I was surprised to discover and very happy about. GUYVER, the bio-boosted armor. This is a early 90s era anime that we in the States got a very brief snippet of in the form of the sci-fi movie GUYVER Dark Hero. Yeah. Yeah. It's the anime that interesting live action movie and its sequel are based off of. And I was really happy to see it up there because I've always wanted to watch it, but never really had the means to do so. And so I've watched the first 4 or 5 episodes now, and it's real good. It's a little on the violent side, but not as bad as its early 2000s reboot, GUYVER Out of Control, which is the one that I had falsely misappropriated the title of Hyper-Violence to. So Carrie might actually be able to watch this one. I don't know. It does, however, have the most ill-appropriated ending theme on the planet, sung by this chick going by the moniker Bonnie Pink, Cotton Candy.
Jeez.
It's a trip.
That sounds like some JoJo level bullshit right there.
The other thing I've been watching recently, which is absolutely fantastic, was actually an anime from last season called Blockade Battlefront. Try saying that 3 times fast.
Yeah, it sounds difficult. I can't say Inuyashiki.
You just did.
Inuyashiki.
It is a very interesting series with a pretty straightforward, slightly tropey precedence of the fact that, oh, hey, this gateway to the other world opened up in the middle of New York City, threw up a mushroom cloud-shaped fog barrier that blocks most things from getting through, but not everything. Like, it's shown blowing up planes and shit like that and giant tentacle monsters attacking stuff, but apparently people can just move in and out, like the protagonist.
Huh.
But what makes the protagonist interesting... Well, what makes the protagonist interesting, as you find out through the first couple of episodes, is while he is not a completely normal individual, he is the most normal individual in the series.
Oh.
Because you have eldritch horrors and ghosts and monsters walking around what is now known as Hell's Landing, I think?
Hellsalem's Lot.
Hellsalem's Lot, yes. It's no longer New York City. Because basically the other side and mortal realm have mashed together into this clusterfuck. But yeah, so this guy moves to Hellsalem's Lot with his family in the hopes of being able to cure his paralyzed sister's legs.
Okay.
And this thing shows up out of nowhere and offers a deal. And the sister actually jumps forward to take the shit end of the stick so that brother, the protagonist, can get the all-seeing eyes of the gods.
Huh.
And that is the only thing that makes him more than ordinary, is the fact that he can see shit nobody else can see. But everybody else in the series are these crazy-ass supermen with crazy-ass powers that I absolutely love, fighting off giant monstrosities and things like that. And it's a real good show, and it has what is quite possibly one of the best opening themes I've ever heard. This thing called Hello World by Bump of Chicken.
I mean, you had me at Bump of Chicken.
It's a real damn good song. And the ending theme is equally as glorious in all its pseudo-jazzy goodness.
It's a dance sequence ending.
I love Japanese dance sequence endings. Like, those are great.
The protagonist kid is straight up done up like a blues brother. It's amazing.
Nice.
And there's 2 seasons of it, as I'm seeing.
Well, we've got 1 through 12 now, and I'm guessing the second season will be coming up sometime this year.
It's there.
13 plus? Okay, that's good news. More stuff for me to watch.
CJ, if you love dancing and sequences, I have a video to link you after the episode.
Because it's
Nice.
Blood Blockade Battlefront and then Blood Blockade Battlefront and beyond.
Okay.
Well, of course.
Because they had to fit another B word in there somewhere. But yeah,
The next one's gonna be just bitches.
It's a real interesting show, real interesting premises. I'm looking forward to seeing where they go for it. I love all of the characters so far, including German Wolfman dude.
He has some magnificent sideburns.
Nice.
They are the most magnificent sideburns, and he is a fucking brilliant ass motherfucker, playing a supernatural super chess for 99 hours straight.
Okay.
It's an episode. It's interesting. But yeah, picture a version of chess where the longer the game goes on, more boards are added and the pieces can evolve.
Dun 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 dun.
It's real weird, but I kind of wouldn't mind seeing an actual word version of that because that sounds kind of fucking awesome.
I equip my queen with another queen.
But yeah, overall, it's real good show, real good music, real good animation quality. It's definitely shown in bullshit, but not quite
That.
the same because you're dealing with your main character, your protagonist, being the most ordinary out of extraordinary people.
That's fair. It's real interesting. Like, I was looking at it. I just never got around to watching it.
Yeah, just give the first 2 episodes a shot, and if that doesn't hook you, I got nothing else to say on the matter.
Oh man.
All right.
Aren't first episode shows always the longest because we gotta like set them up and talk about them?
Yeah,
and then...
especially in a case like this where we kind of have to give. I mean, like I made the comment earlier of explaining things for a primarily American audience. Us, Josh and I swooning over the fact that this is made by a studio called Trigger is not going to do anything for, say, a Dale. Like, giving them a pedigree, something that they can go back and watch, is kind of necessary for this. It's all part of the process. Anime is not just like, hey, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has another season going on.
Yeah.
Go listen to Small Screen Spoiler Show.
Yes.
Talk about of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. All right. So you can get in touch with us, geekioshow@gmail.com. Just put anime somewhere in the subject line. All of our social media. We're all over the place. Just look up /GeekIO Show on pretty much any media. You'll get to us. If you want to give us a voicemail, you can do so. 727-489-4335. That is 727-489-GEEK. And once again, thank you to Mr. Jonathan Young, who has listened to my intro, and he actually says he likes the fact that it jumps around a bit. So that made me happy for letting me butcher his amazing music. All right, guys. So we'll see you in a couple of weeks. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye. Oyasamina-sai.
Hi, my name is Water Buffalo, and I hope you've
Dale's
enjoyed this
blushing.
GK Media Network production. Copyright 2018, you see how that works?
I was wondering why it was so hot in my room. We love you, Dale.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.